Right, so here it is, big day, Windows day. Never fitted Windows before, but we're going to give it a go. Bit nervous, to be honest with you. Let me show you the window. So we had a lot of look around windows, looked at the Dometic, looked at some of the other types, eventually went for a company in America called Belluna, mainly because they did the sizes we want. We're fitting 4 windows, one behind the driver's side, one behind the passenger door, on the passenger sliding door, and 2 in the back doors. This is on the driver's side. It's top opening, classic top opening window. Just hold it up there, there we go. Comes with metal frame, I don't know if you can see that, to insert it, and then an interior frame which has a blind. So first of all we need to make a wooden frame to go around to support on the inside of the van. So we'll do that first. So this is the window. You can see it comes with an in-frame, a frame that you fit internally, and then the window itself. I'll show a bit of a close-up in a minute. This is the bit that fits internally, this bit right here. Then you pop the frame on like that, screw through these holes, and that clamps it onto the van. So this is the back of the van, windows going in this panel here. This is one behind the driver's side. The way we're having it laid out, I think the shower cabinet is going to come roughly about here, so we're not going to bother taking out this support. So what we need to do is work out where that needs to go. It's going to fit nicely, not only on the inside but double check on the outside as well, because the shapes are different inside and out. But it does mean we have to take this out. I've seen people do it with grinders, I've seen people do it with jigsaws. I think we're going to try and make as little mess as possible, and we're probably going to go and try and tin snip it out. So, as anybody who's done a van knows, none of the lines are straight, none of them are level, none of them are even. If I measure up to this point here, I think it's 970 millimetres to here. If I do it to this end from the floor, it's 955, so there's a discrepancy between both ends of this thing. So I think what we're going to have to do, which is going to be probably best, is roughly get where we want it out here. I think I've got two good points on the outside of the van that I can reference on the inside of the van. So that way what we should be able to do then is get a section here where we want it, get a couple of data points off of here, roughly, and then go outside and line up with the outside of the van. Because in my head, if it sits straight and square with these lines, which are not necessarily square with the rest of the van, outside it doesn't sit straight in the outline of the space for the factory windows, it's going to look odd. So I'd rather it was lined up outside and looked square looking at it outside, and then we can fill around with the interior when we do it just to make sure it looks okay. Because the outside space for the factory windows is much bigger than this space, and it's not central to this area. So I'm going to take a couple of measurements, pop outside with the frame, get some masking tape, mask out where I think it should go, and then come back. Okay, quite a few, I don't know if you can see that, there's quite a few lines on there. Took a few attempts to get it exactly where I wanted it. Lined out with the bottom window edge parallel to that. Top one kind of slopes, they both slope, but I think it's going to look best like that. Future Self just jumping in here. we made a bit of a mistake with this, with the first window we fitted. First mistake that we made, the hole was 700/400, or the window size was quoted as 700/400. When I measured the gap that was needed on the frame, it was a little bit under that. It was sort of a few mil either way. So I made the frame, the wooden frame, exactly the size that the window measured, and we cut the metal frame exactly the size that the window measured. And whilst it dry fitted in okay, when it come to actually fitting it, when it was all together, the tolerances were just too tight. It just wouldn't go in properly. It took us 2 or 3 attempts of putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out. In the end, I had to adjust in situ the wooden frame, so it was a little bit bigger. Bit of a nightmare. And it went on into the dark, and actually, in fact, the next day. So we didn't really record that. It was a bit frustrating. So from here on inwards, it's one of the other windows, but it shows the process. But yeah, bit of a mistake on that one. This is on the driver's side. So this is a 700/400. We've got the two on the back, which are 350 wide, 300 deep. And then at the minute we've got one in the sliding door, and that is a 900/450. I'd have to double check that, crikey, should know. Yeah, and then inside you can see that's the fitting inside. You've got your wood frame surround, and then your metal frame insert. These ones from Belluna are really nice. They come with these little locks. So if I push that lever down there, you can't open these, so you could lock the. You can't open these, so you could lock these at night if you really wanted to. They also have this kind of vent opening piece. We can like push it into that little slot. You can do that on all 4 of these. You could put the lock on, but what that does is it just cracks the window very slightly, which allows a little bit of ventilation. I don't know if you can see right down that gap in there. Just allows a little bit of ventilation. So yeah, that's the sliding door. Driver's side. And then we've got 2 of these ones at the back.